producer I was telling you about.
Shit chunky, boy. Yeah, we taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gon' say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up with Kane. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game. They don't want smoke, that's on sip. I bring my A game, they on Z's, that's on real. Keep the drama away from me, shit get crazy. I can't deal with no fakies, that's on Davey. Yeah, meanwhile kicking way back like an ad-lib back in Mac crib. We was having a little bash till the world crashed cause of the capacity. It was wild, brother. It was world hopping in style, brother. Dropped us off at the Bunkies. Oh shit, there go Nuggies. We taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gon' say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up with Kane. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game. Just sizzle online now. Where the fuck you at, boy? Hughes online now. Where the fuck you at, boy? Fuck it online now. Where the fuck you at, boy? Matlow online now. Where the fuck you at, boy? We taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gon' say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up with Kane. Whoever they are, they bout to know who the fuck we are. This might put them in the VR, ER. I'm just saying, we taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gon' say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up with Kane. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game. We taking over the meta. We taking over the verse. I ain't gon' say we the best, but I say we're not the worst. Mac done linked up with Kane. Cheeks put it in a frame. Yeah, whole lives getting changed. This shit really ain't no game.
You're gonna make it. You don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And be who you are. Just be who you are. You're gonna make it. You don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And just be. Look in the mirror, I don't like what I see. I gotta get ready, I got places to be. Cause my future is all I see. I know my future's, but I know that I will be alright. And I know who I'm gonna be. Gonna be the greatest looking babe. Like girl, you made it. I know I can do it. Just gotta push through it. It all depends on me. You're gonna make it. You don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it. And be who you are. Just be who you are. You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, you just gotta take it.
I'ma be honest. Whatever you pretend to be makes you your own worst enemy. Man, I wouldn't even waste the energy on them. Yeah. Who you putting on for? Can't be overthinking how it's gon' go. Gotta go and open up your own doors. Like, I'm trying to tell. If you haven't, go and find yourself. Look in the mirror, remind yourself. You gotta be the one behind yourself. Easier said than done. Gotta see it through, gotta be you. I believe in you. You just gotta believe it too.
You're gonna make it.
And you don't have to lie to kick it. You're gonna make it. Don't gotta fake it. Be who you are. Just be who you are. No matter what life throws, just gotta take it. Be who you are. Be who you are.
wake up for the day. Light up in my eyes, I look away. 3 lines in a row, I call that haiku. I blew all my money on her, she ain't stay. 2 p.m. I wake up for the day. Light up in my eyes, I look away. 3 lines in a row, I call that haiku. I blew all my money on her, she ain't stay.
New friends, I can leave. Bad bitch coming in.
Plastics running out of that dick.
Lovely.
Capital DTF. She put caps in my T wearing these seatbelts.
Fuck it, I'm feeling uppity. Suddenly, I'm in the clouds. Flow like a honeybee, not coming down. Double the toil and trouble, bitch. I'm feeling royal as fuck. So pass me the crown. Pass me the crown. So pass me the crown. Pass me the crown.
I've been stuck in the circle for too long. Gotta wake up. Yeah. For the day, light up in my eyes, I look away. 3 lines in a row, I call that haiku. I blew all my money on the she ain't stay. 2 p.m. I wake up for the day. Light up in my eyes, I look away. 3 lines in a row, I call that haiku. I blew all my money on the she ain't stay.
Sometimes I try, but I don't even wanna bother. You say you love me, but you loving on some others. Oh, you were the one for me, but now you just another. Oh, oh. That's why I tried sometimes, but now I don't even bother. Don't even bother. I got so lost in the things you did to me. Yeah, we vibe a lot. Damn, I thought you were into me. Whoa. I thought you were feeling me. Fuck. I thought it was you and me. Yeah, you and me, you and me. I thought it was you and me. All my friends think you're toxic. I be thinking about this shit, it don't make sense. Cause you and me were meant to be. Now I think about these times it murders me. I just took a whole 40 to my face. Shit's starting to help with all my pain. I'm popping pills for all these moments. I hope it kills all my friend moment. I hope you feel what I've been holding. What I've been holding. I hope you feel what I've been holding. I hope you feel what I've been holding. What I've been holding. I just hope that you feel this when you're lonely. Cause I hate this feeling, and I know you regret it. I think about times when we were somewhat okay. I take my pain and I just stuff it away. Tell people lies like this shit gon' be okay. That's the only time I'll ever lie to someone's face. Cause that's the only time I think it's a-okay. Only time. Cause sometimes I try, but I don't even wanna bother. You say you love me, but you loving on some others. You were the one for me, but now you just another. That's why I tried sometimes, but now I don't even bother. I got so lost in the things you did to me. Yeah, we vibe a lot. Damn, I thought you were into me. I thought you were feeling me. Fuck. I thought it was you and me. I thought it was you and me. Jacob.
Hey, yeah. Hey, bro, yeah. When I get rich, don't let me die of an overdose. Laid on the floor cause I'm comatose. Clutching the bottle and hold it close. When I get rich, want you gon' come for this paper? I didn't know we related. Act like I owe them a favor. When I get rich, all my jewelry gon' shine like the stars. I could go to the moon in my car. Double back, I forgot my cigars. When I get rich, I'm gon' put some away for my daughter. I'm going in, going harder. She put the flame in my water. When I get rich, hey, yeah. When I get rich, yeah, yeah. When I get rich, yeah, hey. When I get rich, hey, yeah. When I get, I've been chasing out the blue checks, ran it up, I ain't new to this. Had me searching for a new wealth. My daughter came and I knew it then. It's my time to build a legacy. See nobody that's ahead of me. I've been riding in my own lane, so why you keep stressing me? Young nigga, I got the recipe. Been making them plans to eat. Now when I get through the chicken, just watch how I kick it, cause you can't get next to me. Running it up on necessity, but it causes jealousy. Fuck all them niggas who hate cause I'm grinding and treating it like it's my destiny. Smoking fucking with my memory, rolling up the cookie heavily. OG cushions like my therapy, mental block on all my enemies. Yeah, shine like a star cause I work for it. They see how I move, now they hurt, boy. They drowning away with no surfboard. Post a look out into the earth form. I'm too high, I can't lay low. Obsessed with running up a bankroll. I'm watching who stay close. These snakes wanna follow where they can't go. I'm saucing no mayo, counting the spread for the payroll. My jeweler gonna do what I say so. Told a nigga that I wanna stay froze. For the right price, he gon' cover me in ice. For the right price, all them comments change your life. For the right price, circle shifting overnight. For the right price, everything gon' be alright. Yeah. When I get rich, don't let me die of an overdose. Laid on the floor cause I'm comatose. Clutching the bottle and hold it close. When I get rich, want you gon' come for this paper? I didn't know we related. Act like I owe them a favor. When I get rich, all my jewelry gon' shine like the stars. I could go to the moon in my car. Double back, I forgot my cigars. When I get rich, I'm gon' put some away for my daughter. I'm going in, going harder. She put the flame in my water. When I get rich, hey, yeah. When I get rich, yeah, yeah. When I get rich, yeah, hey. When I get rich, hey, yeah. When I get everything will be alright, yeah.
Yeah, I got my money up. Now I got my feet up. Niggas on my nerves. I'm about to roll this weed up. Grand Mingo, hoodie, shirt, and pants. Bitch, I'm G up. Ever since I locked in, my schedule will done free up. Ooh, I been heating up, these niggas freeze up. Ooh, I feel like a winner every season. Yeah, when my ideas come to life, look like they breathing. Yeah, don't say I'm the best, just say I'm decent. Live a life of passion. I don't live for captions. Kicking back, relaxing. Binge watching Catfish. I be feeling like me. I just cannot believe none of the shit I've been seeing. None of the shit I've been reading. Yeah, or it should have a cap. I'm tapped in, you just tap. All my homies strive to get better. That's in real life and the meta. Shit so quick changing. I never get content. I'm always in training. Get this shit through your membranes. Charles Mackin, Chris Kane. Yeah, I got my money up. Now I got my feet up. Niggas on my nerves. I'm about to roll this weed up. Grand Mingo, hoodie, shirt, and pants. Bitch, I'm G up. Ever since I locked in, my schedule will done free up. Ooh, I been heating up, these niggas freeze up. Ooh, I feel like a winner every season. Yeah, when my ideas come to life, look like they breathing. Yeah, don't say I'm the best, just say I'm decent. Dropping it bitch like a foosball. Racked up like some pool balls. I lock in and get too involved. I rock out and go too hard. Ooh, Lord, I did so much for myself. Now your boy got some help. Yeah. I had to let niggas loose and then tighten my belt. I'm minding myself. I keep an eye on my health. I play the cards I was dealt. Hit 21 and didn't care how you felt. Phone only ding if it's a cell. Can't trust niggas far as I can tell, but I trust weed far as I can smell. Yeah, get this shit through your membrane. It's Charles Mack and Chris Kane. Yeah, I got my money up. Now I got my feet up. Niggas on my nerves. I'm about to roll this weed up. Grand Mingo, hoodie, shirt, and pants. Bitch, I'm G up. Ever since I locked in, my schedule wouldn't free up. Ooh, I been heating up, these niggas freeze up. Ooh, I feel like a winner every season. Yeah, when my ideas come to life, look like they breathing. Yeah, don't say I'm the best, just say I'm decent.
I miss you bad, but that shit stays in the past. Shit I can clear my mind was with the color fading back. Bananas, gorillas, no bitch, I'm white, not vanilla. I'm folded like vanilla, What does us even mean to you? No, really, could you describe to me your feelings right now? You just keep pretending for some easy use of my emotions, drink that potion, try to get it right. I miss you bad, but that shit stays in the past. Heard you when I dancing on this city line. Had a real good time. I'm over waking souls up with my pretty lies. I heard you when I dancing under city lights. Say you hit the floor and had a real good time. I'm over waking souls up with my pretty lies. I'm on a soul search for closure, closer than I've ever been. Heating up like toasters, I'm sober, not half 100%. Goddamn, I'm swimming out the gutter that a little with some bottles and a little or a lot of empty cans. Turn me up a hole to get a better, turn to something to be proud of. Did you know you motherfuckers had to dance? What does us even mean to you? No, really, could you describe to me your feelings right now? You just keep pretending for some easy use of my emotions, drink that potion, try to get it all down.
Same thing that always happens. You didn't know me, then you fell in love with me.
Chase my dreams like a boy, I'm addicted to the pain. I hear this voice keeps on telling me to chase my dreams like a boy, I'm addicted to the pain. I hear this voice keeps on telling me to chase my dreams like a boy, I'm addicted to the pain. I hear this voice keeps on telling me to chase my dreams like a boy, I'm addicted to the vibration. Alright, I miss you bad, but that shit stays in the past. Shit I can clear my mind was with the color fading black. Bananas, gorillas, no bitch, I'm white, not vanilla. I'm folded like vanilla, What does us even mean to you? No, really, could you describe to me your feelings right now? You just keep pretending for some easy use of my emotions, drink that potion, try to get it all down. Baby, I can't lie to you. Lately I've been vibing on myself, so say goodbye to you. It's more like a hello to something else. Don't know how, but I've been trying to stay happy on my own without your help. I don't like it, but I kinda do. No, I don't like it, but I kinda do. Kinda do.
They wanna see how I got it. I carry secrets in pockets. Hot topic kid from the jump. Keep feeling constantly popping. I swear to God, pinky promise. Not underneath it, I'm on it. I got your skeleton here, you know what? Clean in my closet while I stay chasing the ball. No time for taking a pause. You stay complacently waiting for change of pace. I'm appalled. Better stay the fuck up out my way, bitch. I'm racing the stars. Then mistakes up on that tape for you to shake in some salt.
It's not to be so safe and that it is. It's always pain with bad intentions always. Caught up in my mind, but that's a given. Can I escape the state I'm living? Can I escape? Can I escape? What I gotta do? Can I escape? Can I escape? What I gotta do? Baby, I can't lie to you. Lately I've been vibing on myself, so saying goodbye to you. More like a hello to something else. Don't know how, but I've been trying to stay happy on my own without your help. I don't like it, but I kinda do.
national anthem.
No, I don't
And
like it,
after
but
that
I
is
kinda.
over. We'll start the show immediately after. I'll go to the stage. I'll introduce you, and then you'll enter. So that's your entrance. Only you can get in there. Hey, Sue, I'm gonna turn up the music in just a second.
You show, you know, you see, believe. Wasting all my time on you. I've got nothing left to lose. You walk, you talk, you speak, you leave. Wasting all my time on you. I've got nothing left to lose.
All right, guys. Go ahead and send invites to whoever you feel should be here. We should be at 20 capacity, so we should be good.
First janitorial and concierge service. Today, I am the metaverse traveler.
Super. I'm gonna turn off the music so you can get in position.
Like, save, and share the world. It was a pleasure.
Wasting all my time on you. I've got nothing left to lose. You walk, you talk, you speak, you leave. Wasting all my time on you. I've got nothing left to lose. time I let you choose, only left me with more proof. Nothing seems to affect you. Now I don't know what to do. I don't wanna feel this way. I don't wanna see your face. No one else could take your place. Memories never erase. Every time I let you choose, only left me with more proof. Nothing seems to affect you. Now I don't know what to do. I don't wanna feel this way. I don't wanna see your face. No one else can take your place. Memories never erase. You do that again?
I like this. Look, I did like this. Confused. He rather frown. CJ. Had my confused look on.
Ever since I started, I've been taking losses. Lord knows I just wanna win. Yeah, I just wanna win. Yeah, I just wanna win, win, win. Popping bottles of that yin. Thotties all in my DMs. Be on with them baddies, that's a 10. Damn, I just wanna win, win, win. Say it's a problem, how I spin. Going shopping and I'm going all in. Gucci, Louis, Fendi store, that's like 10. Fuck how they feel, it's hard enough to feel myself. Riddle all evil, I think I might be possessed. No wonder why I be depressed. Got me spending all this money, slowly sinking down in debt. I made cash, I made deposits, made all kind of different checks. Yes, I work hard on myself, I won't stop till I'm my best. Time for me to live my life, and I'm like, on your market set. Now I'm ready, call up all of my connects. Yes, I'm very well connected, we link up and it's a flex. Special claw, dapper dawn, swag proper like a prep. Feeling good, looking good, tell me if you upset. Birthday coming up again, I got wishes and regrets. Time flies like G5, time travel on a jet. I just wanna win, yeah. I just wanna, yeah. I just wanna win, win, win. Popping bottles of that yin. Thotties all in my DMs. Be on with them baddies, that's a 10. Damn, I just wanna win.
Alright guys, everybody outside in the lobby, please come in and take your seats. We're gonna start the show in 1 minute.
And I'm going all in. Gucci, Louis, Fendi store, that's like 10. If I want it, then I got it. I'm like, who the fuck gon' stop me? If I'm confident about it, it don't matter if they doubt me. I mean, just look at Takashi, look at Khaled, look at Kanye. I don't want that girl if she don't look like Kendall, Kim or Kylie. Okay, sorry, I'm not sorry. I can't never tell no lie. Keep it a bean like I drink coffee. Oh, that part was metaphoric. Think I might be alcoholic. Let's go out tonight and party. Got 2 pre-rolls in my pocket. All these females getting blunted. What's up? Yeah. Tryna win. What's up?
Look at this flag.
This is new. They won't like this last time.
Oh, it is new.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's nice. It's the reveal. I love that. It sounds like a church song.
It's a Negro national anthem,
The
man.
national black anthem, yes.
Yeah, we had to sing this for my 5th grade graduation.
Hey, Black Jedi.
like this part right here.
I like this part.
Yeah, we add a little something to it. Just encourage you. We're gonna take you to church later. Let's go! We'll be marching right until the victory is won. To all my brothers out there. Hold your head up, brothers, till the victory is won. To all my sisters in the struggle. Keep believing, sisters, till the victory is won. Till that day. Till then, take God. Hey. Let us march on. To victory. Till victory is won.
All right. Oh, look at all those beautiful faces. I guess I fixed the glitch. Uh, Thank you all for coming to MetaTalks Live. This is season 4, show number 3, and this one is actually really special to me. First of all, I want to thank Super Media for the live stream tonight. We're streaming live on YouTube, so if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment in the chat. So first of all, thank you all for being here. As I always say, you could be anywhere, but you have chosen to be with us here tonight, and we really, really, really appreciate it. So tonight, I have a very, very special guest, and I've been in the space now since December 2021. I've probably seen all there is to see in the space. I've met some of the dopest creators, but man, I got to tell you, every now and again, there's a creator that just slips through the crack that doesn't get the recognition that they deserve. And I'm talking about a true artist, someone that builds with emotion, someone that builds genuine to their feelings, and tries to create really, really dope experiences for their guests. And many of you know her. She has a world called Medusa. She's just created the Candyland world, and probably one of her finest builds to date is the Virgo Record Store. So I'm going to let you hear her story tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the stage La Chocolate VR coming up to the stage. Stage is yours, sis.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. um, Thank you for the ones who showed up and the ones that will show up. I appreciate you for being here. I didn't know how to start this off. First of all, I want to say something. I didn't really know what to say in a situation like this. I've been to almost all of these interviews here at MetaTalks. One thing I will say is if you make it to MetaTalks, you made it. That's what I feel like. If you made it to MetaTalks, you made it. So I made it. Anyway, uh, I had to ask Rupert, what is it? What do I like? What do I do? Like, how do I start it off? Like, what do I say? And he basically just said, you know, do you, like, speak you. So I guess I'll start there. My name is Denisha. It's really pronounced Denisha, but you guys know me as La Chocolate. Um, you will know that that means the chocolate one in Spanish. As I am Jamaican and Dominican, I wanted to bring some type of reference between who I am with my name. A little fun fact, my name was actually going to be Passion. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. Nah, I'm not going to do that to myself. But I stayed with La Chocolate, and I'm pretty sure like that was probably the best choice for me. Um, I've been here for a year now. January made it a year, January 8th to be exact. And I just recently had like a celebration over at the House of Cocoa, which was my first world that I built here. Um, it felt good to see familiar faces and see where I've come uh after that build. Um, so let's start. I ended up getting the Oculus because my son had it. My son is 18 and he's a gamer. My entire house is are there. We're just all gamers, whether it's PlayStation, the Wii, every system you could ever think of, we have it or have had it. So I was like, you know what? Get it. I'll help you towards it. He got the Oculus and realized that he cannot handle virtual reality. It's just too much for his head. He can't get in it for more than like 5 minutes without getting sick. And I was like, you know what? I had the PlayStation headset, so I'm pretty sure I can do that. Let me have it. So I got it from him, and I had ended up seeing a ad for Horizon on Instagram, and I was like, you know what? I want to check that out. I want to see what that's about. So I got in. I'd say about 15 minutes of being in Horizon. I was sick as a dog. Like I had to take my headset off. I had to try it again. So I came back the following day. When I came back the following day, I was like, you know what? I don't know what to do in here. I don't know where the black people at. I don't know where the Spanish people are. I'm just gonna walk around until I find somebody. At the time, I think it was just venues. I think it was just venues, and I didn't know how to uh walk properly, so I was teleporting everywhere, and I still didn't know how to handle it. Um, I kind of gave it a break for a while, and then someone told me to get Horizon Worlds. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. If not, it's somewhere like that. I ended up getting into Horizon, and the first place that I went to was Danica's Stew. Um, the studio. It was just so dope. Like everybody was in there rapping, people were being free. Like nobody was judging you. Nobody was looking at what you look like. You know what I mean? Like nobody cared because they couldn't see you. And I was like, you know what? This is different. This is different. This is probably something that I could get used to. As everybody in here was affected by COVID, and COVID came through and just kind of messed up my mental as far as my social, like my social meter just was done after COVID began. I didn't want to have any contact with anybody. So what it did is it caused me to become an introvert. Um, Upon becoming introverted, I realized that you get in your mind, you get depressed about certain things, and you kind of just lose drive. I lost a lot of drive. So, um, a, a lot of y'all know that I play the guitar. I taught myself. I'm self-taught with a lot of things. Um, I also lost drive to play my guitar. Like I didn't want to do anything when COVID came through. It was just such a weird, like a weird parallel for everybody. So Horizon kind of opened me up to wanting to have those kind of connections with people, and I allowed it. So about a good month of being on Horizon, I was like, you know what? I don't ever want to build. Like this is hell no. Like I was looking at the shapes and the sizes and looking at what everybody had started to do, and I was like, I will never do this. I'm just going to get on here and have a good time, come find stuff to do, find people to meet, and just leave it that way. And like I said, I went to Danica's studio, the stew, and I was like, I want to go sing, but nobody is opening up the mic to let me sing. Like, in fact, I can't sing over none of these beats. It's all rap. It's all thug rap and all this stuff. So I was like, there's no way I'll be able to come here, but I gotta find other stuff to do. So I ended up just learning how to world hop and finding other things that piqued my interest in Horizon. But it always started, my interest in Horizon started with the music. I ended up finding the musical people, and that's where it began to bud for me. Um, so like I said, after about a month or so, I was like, you know what, fine. I'll do something. I'll put together some walls and see if people will come and check me out. Realizing that I could not snap a wall, I was like, this shit ain't gonna work. So I went out and looked for more motivation. I still couldn't come across anybody who wanted to sing. Like everyone that wanted to rap, everyone wanted a club. Everyone, there wasn't even really any games out yet. Like not a lot of games. Like there was no dominoes yet. There was no spades. There was no basements. There was none of that yet. At least when I got here. So I wanted to make a place where I could get the singers to congregate, like come and just sing, be together without the pressure of having to spit a hot 16. Like you could just come and sing some shit off your phone if it made you happy at the time. So being that I did not know how to snap, what I did is I was like, you know what, my name is La Chocolate. It's a latte, it's a cup, a cup. I'm gonna put everybody in a goddamn cup. So I took and I put a mug in the middle of this world and I just started to build stuff inside the cup. And eventually, what you saw is what you got. And I was like, ain't nobody coming to this shit. And I will be damned if within like a couple weeks I started to get people would come through. I would go inside that world and people would just be standing there. There was no music, there was no nothing. There was just a microphone and space. And that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted people to just come find space. Um, let me look down at my papers. Sorry. Didn't want to build House of Cocoa. Okay. So upon building the House of Cocoa, I was like, you know what? This is it. I'm not building anymore. This is all I need. This is all I want, right? And I met Andrew Money. When I met Andrew Money, Andrew was trying to get Wallin' Out off the ground. And I believe he had something special. When I met him, I don't think he even knew where that would go or how much of an impact he himself will have in here, but it was heavy. So I ended up sneaking into Wildin' Out. I was not supposed to be there. I'm gonna go ahead and set the record straight because Andrew loves to tell this story and he tells the story wrong. Shout out to Andrew Money 10, who's my brother, one of the strongest connections I've met in here. So I snuck into Wildin' Out and hid behind a chair because I wanted to see what was going on and it caught my ass. So upon them catching me, I didn't want to be in the show. I just wanted to be there because I watch Wildin' Out in real life and it's a fun show. And I ended up going up on stage and I think I said something that made everybody laugh. And Andrew, by the end of the show, Andrew was like, "You're not gonna be a Wildin' Out girl. You're actually gonna be a part of this, the show." So getting off of the Oculus and going back into real life and explaining to my family, by the way, I'm about to be a contestant on Wildin' Out in the VR. They thought I was crazy. Like they were like, "Yeah, you're bugging." So I was like, "Listen, you don't have to believe me. You'll just see it." So it started off with me getting in on a couple days, just coming in to cut jokes with everybody. And I completely lost track of the House of Cocoa because I needed community. Like, there's nothing like getting onto a platform and doing stuff alone. But what I've learned about being on this platform is you do need people, or it feels good to have people. So finding that crowd whom I'm still really close with, about three of them, it did me real good. So shout out to Andrew Money for actually making me very comfortable in this app because I was about to abandon it. Um, where am I at now? Okay, so a lot of you guys know me from my machete. I'm gonna give you a small rundown about how that machete came to. So everybody knows that Jamaica goes wild with their machetes. There's a lot of stigma behind it or whatever when it comes to Jamaicans and machetes or whatever. And I wanted to go ahead and feed people with that. So what I did is I built a machete and I put it and I hid it in one of my worlds, I believe. I hid it in something that I was trying to build. And I brought someone in and I sliced them with it. But there was no sound, there was no nothing to it. And I was just like, running around looking crazy with a machete. That did nothing. And I was like, you know what? I want people to know when you see this knife that this is me. Like this is me. If you ever see a machete in the world, La Chocolate's been there. So that initially was going to be my brand. It was going to be a machete that was movable and posable that I would be able to take it to each world. However, I'm an emotional person. So my brand changes with my emotions. And that's what I think I struggle with here is trying to find what and who I want to be because I haven't found what my brand is yet. I'm looking. I'm still searching for it. Eventually it'll come, but I haven't found it yet. I don't think so. I think I'm well on my way though. Um I have worlds that look like what they are, and a lot of my worlds aren't what they seem. And I did that for this very reason. When I was younger, I loved Disney. Anything that showed magic, anything that made you feel other than what you are. I like places to escape. I like hiding spots. Um I like groundhogs. Like I like ostriches that go underground and pop out when they want to. Like I like solace. I like to have a place to go. So when I realized that I could come into this app, whether I'm happy, sad, frustrated, angry, whatever I'm feeling, and I could create that emotion with something. I know I can't do that in real life. Like I can't go outside and build a karaoke bar out of a cup, but I can do it in here. So when I realized that I could expand my mind and express my emotions through creativity, it was a wrap for me. Even though I said that I was only going to make one place or one thing, I now have 40 plus worlds. Each and everything that I've ever built in here was not built just out of boredom. It was built off of emotion. Literally every build I have was built from an emotion. Um, you don't really know me like that personally. I can honestly say there's probably two people in this room that do. Um, but I wear my emotions and my heart on my sleeve, and I'm getting interrupted by one of my kids. I'm doing an interview. Thank you. And you still open the door. Shut the door. Shut the door. Bye. So, like I was saying, I wear my emotions on my. Wow. First of all, let me go ahead and pop this out real quick. I am a mother of five. I have an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. And they are my absolute reasons for life, period. I would not be anything without those five individuals. I was a very, very, very rebellious person, a very rebellious child. I listened to no one. I didn't budge or move for anybody's rule. I followed no one's doctrine. There was nothing you could have told a young Denisha and expected her to listen to. Very unruly. I didn't care. And that's a very, very, very destructive way to be when you are not grown. So I ended up having a child at 17 years old, and that little boy changed my entire life. He changed my entire mindset. He made me understand that life is important. And if I kept going the way that I was going, I wasn't gonna have one. I wasn't. Um, being a fighter, a dancer, even like there was a lot of destructive things that I was doing that could have led me to a horrible life. Like I'm not saying I'm the best, or I'm not saying that my life is 100% peaches and pineapples and apples and happiness and all of that shit. However, it could be worse. But if it wasn't for my kids, like I would definitely be in a different place. Um, I lost track of what I was saying, of where I was. But just to go back as to why I continue here is I want to give people magic. Like I want them to come into my worlds and see something that makes them go, "Oh, what the wow. Oh my god." And it's that feeling when I create something that people come in like hearing, "Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is a nice build." It completely hits different when somebody's like, "Oh my god, I didn't even see that over there. What is that?" So, I would like to continue to give magical experiences to people. So that's why when you enter my world, you see things that look kind of abnormal to other builders. Like, I kind of want to stay away from that. So that's I think that's my niche, and that's where I'm going. Upon trying to find my niche inside of Horizon World, I've had some really, really, really high ups, and I've had some terrible, terrible downs in this damn app. Um, the number one thing that I've learned is that people are people, regardless of what version you have of them. Whether it is a virtual person, whether it is a physical person, whether it is someone that you are bonding with spiritually or emotionally, they are all people. and you cannot discount their feelings, and you cannot discount their actions or emotions either, especially if you want people to take yours into accountability. Um, I had a at the time I thought was a great group of friends. Um, Unfortunately, that turned out not to be true. You put a lot of focus on people that don't put focus back on you. It can cause you to lose track of what you do, and what your purpose is, and what you want your purpose to be. One of the lowest things that I had to deal with was being blackballed here. I didn't even know that was a thing. That people could block you and you will be unable to maneuver around this damn app. Like, there are small things that can cause you to uh, not be able to blossom in a place like this. And I really think it has a lot to do with your communications and who you communicate with, right? So after I lost that friend group, I'm not going to say it was on my own accord. And yes, I do take responsibility for myself and my actions, but I wasn't wrong, period. Um, I wasn't wrong. So when I realized that, you know what, I can't change what people feel about me, I have to just keep it moving and see what I can do without. Once I put myself in a spot where I had to be by myself, I had to create alone, I couldn't depend on anybody. I couldn't go to someone and be like, hey, could you help me with something? Because that I was fucking, ooh, everyone that I was talking to, um, kind of turned their back on me. So at the time when that happened, I think I had maybe about 4 or 5 worlds. I hadn't really progressed much because I was following others. I was watching other people go up the ladder as I'm standing at the bottom holding the ladder for them. There was no name being made for me here. When that friend group turned their back on me and I was pushed to be by myself, I learned so much. And I learned, number one, mind my own damn business. Stay the hell out of everybody else's. Because anything that's meant for me, it will be for me. I can't get business running up behind somebody else. So I went into hermit mode. I stayed in there for a couple, like maybe a week or two, and I came out and I went crazy. I just went crazy. I started building, and emotionally, the only thing that I could think about was my kids. Because outside of the Oculus, I was also going through something extremely emotional. So I came in and I made sculptures for each and every one of my children. Um, all of my kids have a sculpture here in Horizon. I cannot go on the tour of my kids because they are in order from the first one to the last one. I cannot go on that tour without crying. I know a couple people that cannot go on that tour without shedding a tear. There is real energy in those builds. And I don't mean like you walk into a room and the color hits you different or the music feels, there is something spiritually connected to those builds. And I had to just come in and pour it all out. Once I poured it all out and I got that off of me, I don't know what happened. I was just able to mass produce magic. And I think what it was is I just needed to open up. I needed to open up to myself and not open up to others, not give myself so much to other people. Once I figured that balance out, it was a wrap. So, if you ever wanted to check that tour out, if you ever have the time and you would like to see what real emotion feels like, what sadness feels like, what depression feels like, if you want to see what happiness feels like all in one, go on that tour of my kids. It starts off with the first one and ends with the last one. That's literally what it's called. Um so let me look at my thing here. I ended up in that period of time where things were kind of tough and I didn't have any real friends. My other friend was hella busy. He's the only one that didn't like flip. I hadn't met the great people that I know in this room just yet. It was just a small handful of people. Um, on that small tiff of being by myself, I ended up getting found by, I don't know if you all know her. Her name is Super Sense. She was a basically famous already from being on Instagram and being on at the time. I think what was the name of that app? It had a Vine. She was Vine famous, and she hadn't even got her makeup and stuff off the ground. But I was a super fan of her, like stupid funny, like ridiculously funny for nothing. So I've been following this woman for over 10 years. And I was just like, damn, I'm gonna build a crayon case. Y'all, this is a true story. I was like, I'm gonna build a crayon case. Like, I'm gonna build a crayon case. I'm gonna build a makeup store in here. There's beauty salons. There's stuff like that, but I didn't see that. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build it. Tell me why. As I was in the middle of building that, a woman named Lynn Spirit, who is also kind of viral, was like, hey, I know Super Scent. And I was like, do you know that I'm building a crayon case? And she was like, are you serious? She was like, watch this. I was like, fine. I went about my business. A week goes by. I checked my Oculus messages and I got a message from Super Scent. And she was like, hey, listen, I hear that you are building something. Um, I'm interested in trying to get my products or trying to get a building built for me. I was like, say less. I'm already done. I think I finished that build in 2 days, 2 to 3 days. It was already being built. So when I brought her in, I felt like I did today. I was nervous, hands sweating, knees weak, even though we don't got none. I was like, damn, what if she don't like this? Like, I'm not no Angel the artist. I'm not a Sade. I'm not a, I go by price. Like, these were big names at the time. I'm not an Andrew Money. Like, damn, what if she don't like this shit? Right? So I was like, man, fuck it. Everything that could have went wrong went wrong. The music wouldn't play. The triggers wouldn't work. People couldn't get into the world. I got kicked out of my own world. I was like, God, all right. If it's meant for me to have it, I'll have it. Right? Super Sim pops into the world. If it was not once again for Onion Head Andrew Money, I would have completely left the entire build. He was like, Chocolate, I watched you make this build. I watched you put all this stuff in here. If you leave right now, what kind of name are you going to make for yourself? She could be the opening door to other celebrities. She could be the opening door to other opportunities and commissions and stuff like that. Why are you trying to leave? And I was like, because it's not going to work. Like, it was heavy. But I stayed. And Super Scent absolutely loved that build. She loved everything about it. She wanted no changes. She asked me what could she do to make my build better. And I was like, what? It was made for you. You know what I mean? But that right there kind of gave me that, it gave me that push like, bitch, you bad. Like, you might be a little raw. You feel me? Like, you might, you might got a little something in here. Like, So from that, I started to just have a little bit more faith in myself. Like, outside of something like this, everyday life is already a struggle, right? So you try to find things, to help you feel better about you. When things don't look good outside, one thing I've learned is if you find a place in here, you can always make yourself feel better. And that's what I strive to do. This was initially a place of peace for me. Sometimes it can be something else because I done got damn near dragged out of comedy lit 5,000 times, arguing and fussing. But it's just emotion. I'm an emotional person. I'm an emotional being. And to know La Chocolate is to know that. So after that build with super cent. It just went up. I think that I am getting better with every build. I think that I am building better connections with people. I would love my dream is to never physically get up and work again. I would love to work like indefinitely with an app like this, if not with Horizon. Like, it is my dream to sit and work in a creative setting where all I have to do is just create and make money. Like, that's my dream. Um, do I think I have it yet? I think I'm well on my way. And I think that this platform and the people in the platform that I ended up being with um kind of helped me with that. Kind of helped me with that. So, one second. Can you please get out? Now. One, two. My apologies. So, like I said, I feel like the people the people that I'm around now, the like again, the Andrew Monies, I go Price. First of all, Price. This guy. If you ever been to the basement, what Price captures inside of the basement is what I wanted to capture in my worlds. I think I'm doing it. But just that feeling of being somewhere and actually feeling like you're there, you'll be a damn lie if you say you don't walk down them steps of that basement and feel like you in somebody's basement, like chilling, like somebody's gonna come downstairs and tell y'all to cut that shit down. You know what I mean? Like just that feeling of magic. Like it's magic in there. So that's that. I take my hat off to you because that what you are able to create in a space like that is fucking beautiful to me. Um anyway, so I'm gonna go. I talked about opportunities. Oh, one more thing. Like I said, I got put out of Comedy Lit several times for snapping out, not taking the time to realize that chill the hell out, Chalk. It's a joke. Um, I was one of those kind of people, like I said, emotional. Like you can't make a joke and not follow up with a because I'm gonna go on your ass because I think that you're being serious. You know what I mean? What I had to learn though is you catch more flies with honey than you do vinegar. And I was told that when I was younger, back when I was super rebellious, not wanting to listen, just an awful ass kid. And that those type of things still apply later in life. You ain't gonna get no real good job or the fantasy job that you want being a bitter ass person or being sucky to people, thinking that the world owes you something. Don't nobody owe you shit but yourself. So I decided to take on honey. I want to be sweet. I want to be kind. I want when you think of La Chocolate, you think of a sweet person. I want you to think of maybe a spicy sweet type of person. You know what I mean? But I never want to put a nasty taste in somebody's mouth when it comes to La Chocolate. I want you to understand that I respect and I love every interaction that I have here because I want people to respect and love me. You know what I mean? I think it's all about acceptance with me, and I want to be able to be accepted and seen in the proper light. But I'm also learning that if you don't see me in the proper light, that's your loss, not mine. Because what I offer is what I can, you know. Um. So I guess I don't know if this was long enough, but if you have any questions, you can. But the last thing I did want to say is looking forward. Um, my latest build is Virgo's Groove, and it was a record store. Initially, I wanted this record store to be what remind. Shh! I wanted this record store to be um in remembrance. My mother is still here, but in remembrance of what my mom did for me when she came to the States. My mom has this ridiculous love for music, and it's because of her that I know how to sing. It's because of her that I'm musically inclined. My mom would come and take me to a record store, and it was this one record store in South Florida where we lived, and she would never go buy any of the records. However, She kept records in the house. That's none of my business, and I learned to stay the hell out of grown folk business. So I don't know how she got the records. I never saw her buy them, but that's not my business. Anyway, she would take me to this record store and let me touch the vinyl, let me feel it, let me see how it plays on the record, let me hear how it sounds. She would change the octaves, all of that stuff. My mother made me listen to rap. She made me listen to country. She made me listen to blues. She made me listen to everything in that record store till I figured out that that was probably one of my favorite places growing up besides the laundromat. Really weird. I was not a playground kid. I was a record store baby. So I wanted to put a record store in here just to keep that memory of that feeling I would get. Like some people have Sunday morning or Saturday morning cartoons. Some people have the smell of spring in the morning that reminds them of their childhood or even a meal or something. Mine is a record store. It's a record store. And I remember sitting on the floor in a record store listening to whatever I chose to listen to because it was my mood. And they allowed me to do so. They allowed me to be free with my music. They allowed me to choose where I wanted to be and what bubble I decided to hide in that day with whatever tunes I wanted to play. So that's why I built the record store. So people can get that feeling that I had when I was younger. I would sit on the floor and I would eat those candy cigarettes or blow the little pink bubble gum cigarettes that you could blow the little out like that. Yeah, I ain't pay for that shit either. I don't know how my mama got away with it, but we did. Anyway, um, the record store is a very special build to me. It is extremely special to me. And I was looking for a place to do trivia. Um, I may not seem like it, but I have some nerd in me. I like to study. I like to refresh my mind consistently with new facts. First of all, if it ain't fact, it ain't right. So I came up with trivia. And I was like, you know what? Everybody wants to go party. It's always a birthday party in here. It's always something, goddamn. It's always something. Where can I go to find the people that want their brain picked? Like, I want to be the kind of person that, oh, you think you're right? Nah, you're not right at all. Boom, let me hit you with the heat. So I came up with trivia. I was like, you know what? I would like to do black culture trivia. There's so many black people here. We don't have a lot of unity. Um, and that's a lot of shit that people don't want to hear. We're not unified like we should be. And I feel like we all grew up with the same type. Imagine we all know about, let's put it like this. We all had that same Kool-Aid pitcher in a refrigerator. Everybody knows which one I'm talking about with the red lid and the white thing. We all had those same sheets. We all had those same types of situations growing up in life. And I want to bring people together culturally, our people culturally. Not saying the white people can't come because they also have similar upbringings too. But I would like to bring unity in our people here too, and show them that we're more than just a studio. We're more than just cars. We're more than just music. We're more than just that. We're smart motherfuckers in here. Like, we're people who like to sit down and be jarred. We're people who like to talk. We're intellectual, you know? We're social. We're communicable beings. And I want people to see that here. So I wanted trivia to get those all that frustration out the week instead of cussing and fussing at somebody. Come and show them how much more you know than them in a certain subject or a certain matter that deals with our people. You know, so that's why trivia is now at Virgo's Groove and non-shameless plug. You can catch that on Mondays and Thursdays at 10 p.m. If you feel like coming through, it's always a vibe. And I would love to see your face in the place. For fellow artists in here, I change the cover art to the albums every week. So if there's like a album cover of your favorite artist, if it can fit in the building, I don't mind showing it if you don't mind letting me. So um I also take requests throughout the week. If you want to hear a certain album, you want to be picked by a certain movie, I'm open to all things. I'm open to all of it. So with that being said, I will say this. I have one more build in me. Um, After I complete this build, no matter how long it takes, I choose not to build anymore here. However, what I would like to do is progressively build awareness of the ones that I've already built. I notice the more I push out, the more fall. So with every build that I put out, I lose track of the last one. I have 40 plus builds, and I feel like they lack the attention that they should have gotten. There's a lot of special stuff in those builds that a lot of people don't even know. There are people today, right now, that don't even know that I'm the creator of Medusa. People don't know that I am the creator of Candyland. People don't know that Trouble is mine. There's people in the solitudes that come up to me and say, I did not know that was your world. I have an entire hub with all 40 of my worlds in it, and people don't know about it. And maybe that's a matter of me not being able to or not promoting myself as much as I should, but that's why I'm going to take the time to do so. So I have a build that I just published 10 minutes before this interview, and a build that I'm working on that should be finished in the next coming months, and that will be my last build here. um I'm just thankful that you guys are alongside with me to see my progress from a cup to wherever I'm going. And I appreciate all of the special relationships and friendships and people that have decided to stand by me, or just walk beside me while I figure out what what the fuck I'm doing. um I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate you, Rupert, for having me. I do. Thank you for listening. You're on mute, by the way. Rupert, you're on mute, baby.
I'm such an amateur. I'm sorry. You're not going anywhere. We're not done. So, just to explain how the chairs work, if you have a question, just grab the red card, confirm the chair is going to raise, and once it's reached the top, you're going to go global so we can hear you. So, I think Price has a question for you.
Okay.
And you're on mute too, amateur.
My hand got stuck on the card. Well, I really don't actually have a question per se. I might have one by the time I'm finished. But just want to say that you are the light, not people looking at you in a certain light. You are the light. It's crazy to think back over a lot of us in here been in here for a year. But to look back and to remember you come in, I think you had came into the R&B lounge, like the old one, and had asked me to help you with the House of Cocoa. I don't think I really knew you like that at the time, but I was like, I'm a friendly guy. I'm willing to help people a lot of times. So I was like, yeah, I'll help you. And I never came to help you. And to see
You did
to
not
see how
come to help
much
me.
I know. And I'm sorry about that too. But I mean, I've been there for you,
okay.
since then,
Yes.
because you're such an amazing person. Like once I got to know you, I just became attached. Like you are an inspiration for me, and I feel like we relate a lot. Because when I was on the same stage that you are, I broke down crying and I was talking about like having life influence your work in here, and you do that. And I love that about your stuff, your sculptures, the sculpture you did of me. Like I'm still super touched like by that. And I just want to see you win and continue to grow in this space. And if you don't make another world, it don't matter, because baby, you got 40 of them things. You know what I'm saying? My question would probably be, since you are not gonna create any other worlds, how do you see yourself promoting those other worlds? Because you have a lot of creative ways that you can do such a thing outside of just posting on Instagram. I talked to you a lot about different events, specifically with your Virgo's Groove, because I feel like for me personally, when I look at your worlds, that's like my favorite one, because it seems like extremely special, because I know who you are. And it's cool to hear that story about the record store too, because I don't think you told me about that. But that would be my question in this situation.
Okay. Thank you
You
for
are.
all of that. What I chose to do, instead of building, like I said, I have so much, and I do have attention deficit disorder. So if I decide to put something out, I'll get sidetracked really easy. And that's, like I said, a lot of my stuff falls by the wayside that way. So I figure if I do events, like say I throw an event, a Candyland week, and set a goal at the end of that week that I would like to see hit a target goal for that build, I think that that is how I could keep those worlds in rotation. So I would like to kind of just focus on a world that week, that month, or whatever it is, and just do something special with that build to bring it to attention. Um, Eventually, I want people to want to go to one of my worlds every day. You know what I mean? Some way, some form or fashion. So I
You got
think
enough.
that's yeah. I'm gonna answer answer your question with saying I think I'm gonna do it event wise. Like I would like to
Okay,
throw events in those worlds to keep them prominent. Yeah. Mm.
gotcha.
All right, Divine.
Hi, Chocolate.
Hi, Bibbs.
Okay, first of all, I love you. I love you, and you know this, and you know this. And also, thank you. Thank you for being so vulnerable and open to share your story. Everything that came along with it. I'm so happy that I was here to be able to experience your openness and telling everybody about yourself.
Thank you.
Now, I have experienced and got the opportunity to experience your worlds early on when I first got on. I did go to the House of Cocoa. I did drown. By the way, I'll be sending my paperwork because chocolate is not a good way to go.
You never know now.
Oh
Hey.
yeah, okay, listen, okay. I'm not here for that long. I'm not here for that long. Um but I also experienced a lot of your artwork as well, and you're absolutely right. It definitely will catch you by surprise the emotions that it can invoke when you go. I've gone to every single one, so of course I can tell you I did
Thank you
I
so
went by,
much.
I cried and stuff, but that's I'm still a thug, I'm still a gangster,
Yeah,
but
me too.
yeah. But I just love you, and I'm happy that we met and we crossed paths because we have had our own moments and spent time and talking and hanging, and I'm just glad that you're just authentically you and nothing changes with you, and how and chocolate is what you get, what you see is what you're getting, and do not change that. That is so authentic. And I just love you for that. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm coming to them events, so I need all the invites. Love you.
I will.
Oh no,
Thank
my
you.
hand.
Love you too, Divine. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Before we go on, I just want to thank Super because Super does have to run to another engagement. So thank you, Super Media, for covering the live event. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Black Jedi.
Fam,
What up?
man, you always knew you was my dog. I mean, one of the things we share is like we put passion in here when we build, especially with art. Um, all your pieces, like they all feel personal, and that's kind of like how I build. Like everything is coming from a personal standpoint, and I like the fact that you always put you in your builds, whether it's just based on emotions or someone from your family or some kind of events from your life. But my main thing is that I understand not where you want to kind of push your worlds and want to get those things out, but I don't like to use the word never. So I
Mhm.
would say pause on building,
Mhm.
because those building is you getting out a lot of your emotions and a lot of your feelings, and your life changes day to day. So don't ever like say I'm not going to do it anymore, because I feel like
Yeah.
that got you open. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's something that you want to keep, just keep it open. Don't say you never going to build. Just say I'm taking a break, taking a pause. Cause I've built with you before. I mean, we didn't build a world together, but I've came in and helped before. And
Right.
the like you being so like happy and like feeling those feelings you have, and you're open when you're building. And I don't know if you notice, but you do share more when you're building.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just say just don't close the door on it. Just kind of if you need to take a break, take a break. But I enjoy your work as well because I love art. Um, like anybody else in here, when we see your work, we always feel what you feel. So keep it going, man. Don't stop. Can't stop. Don't stop.
Thank you. Thank you,
Of
Jedi.
course.
Thanks, Jedi. CJ.
Alrighty. Like we said earlier, love you.
It's the goofiest smile ever.
Yeah, for real. This is crazy. We've been stuck on smiling. Hold up. You know what? Let me fix that. Okay. Let me
No,
fix
don't do
that.
that.
Look
No,
at
don't
his
do it.
face.
Yeah, I know. Keep it like that. I always been a fan of yours when I first met you. Um, yeah, the solitude. I remember all the builds, literally all the builds. Um, I'm glad that you finally getting the recognition that you actually deserve because you one of the top builders that I deal with as a for uh
Wow.
for for women basically because ain't nobody gonna outdo you when it come up to them sculptures. I'm sorry. Other than Shay,
Shay,
you
you
got
gotta stay off of
Shay.
here.
Other than Shay, I mean y'all two got y'all lane. So I mean, regardless. So I mean, I mean you're a trail runner for most of people that come on here. So never think of yourself less than because you been made it. People know who you are. But yeah, I'm gonna ask you this question, which I like to ask. I'm glad she didn't do that this time. Um, I understand you're gonna stop building, but if we had unlimited capacity, unlimited, that means Meta didn't step in and take it. What would La Chocolate build?
Hmm. If we had unlimited capacity, what would chocolate build? Well, there's no easy way to say this, but um, as you all know, I think really wild. My thought process is crazy. So I don't think it will be a build that would ever be finished. I think it will be something that I would continuously build on with my mood. I think it would be something I would come in and just whatever is on my mind, on my heart, I would build. Especially if I have no limit, I would just build. So whatever came to mind, I would use that capacity to to produce what's on my heart. So I can't answer that. I'm not sure.
And that's why you can't stop building. Jedi out.
Zed out.
Yeah, I think it's Cap
All
too.
right,
I don't think she's gonna stop. Oh my bad, bro.
Max, you're on mute.
Hi everyone, I'm Mags Koopy.
Hey,
Uh,
Max.
I don't know how much I missed, but all I heard was La Chocolate stop building. First of all, are you crazy?
Oh.
Uh, uh, estás loca? Okay, but look, mira, these past what was I was on a build with you. It's a blessing to have your name attached to that to say that you were a part of that build. It's very comforting.
Thank you.
So I don't know how much I missed, but don't even think about it. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
And listen,
By the
I
way,
just
yeah,
I
but I
want to
didn't
say this
even
before you go
tell
on.
him
I
about
want to say
that.
before you go on.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? Sometimes we look at this space on the surface level. We don't really dig into what this space can mean, and whatever we build, we leave a trail behind us, right, of the things that we've created. Um, and this is why this is important. So when you built Virgo, you built that specifically for you and their experiences that you dealt with, but you had no idea what that build would do and how it would affect somebody's life. So, without telling the whole story, we met Mags in that Virgo build, right? He had a something that he wanted to present to his wife, to help her heal for a loss that she'd had, and we got it accomplished. It was done. It was presented. But I think about making the decision not to build or not realizing how important your builds can be. Had Virgo not existed, we probably would have never met Mags and been able to do what he wanted us to do for his wife. So
Right.
a world may not necessarily feel like it's popping or it's getting the recognition that it gets, but every world that you create is going to touch somebody some way, and it's going to make a connection that would have never happened before. So just think about that as you continue your journey. And for everybody in the room who are all creators, just remember that these worlds connect people, right? They put you in the same room with people that you would never usually meet or may not ever meet ever. And don't ever take any chance meeting as coincidence. It's supposed to happen. It's already written. It's fate. It's whatever you call it. I don't know if you're religious or spiritual, but every person you meet, whether a toxic or positive relationship, is meant to happen. And don't ever forget that. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
You about to make me cry up in here, Roop. It's not the day, okay? It was last night.
This shit chunky, oh. This shit chunky, oh.